Hello again. This is Susan Von Tobel. I was thinking this morning about truth. What is truth? How do we know if something is true? I remember years ago, I don't think I told the truth about myself or about other people or the world. I would just try and figure it out in my mind. What is that true? Why did that person do that? Why are they doing that? I'd get confused and I just wouldn't understand it. So I would forget about it or deny it or get caught in my emotions. But what is truth? There's one truth where we rely on our senses. So whatever we see is true, whatever we hear is true, what we smell is true, and taste is true, and what we feel is true. But what if we look at something and we have a truth about it, and other people are telling us, no, that's not really true. This is what's true. And it's a different perception than what you have. How do we come to terms with that? Well, the other day I was thinking about how I never used to look at myself and be truthful, and I realized that it had to start there. I had to look at myself and tell the truth about myself. What kind of a person was I? Was I nice to people? Is this how I wanted to be? So I think starting with ourselves is very important. It takes a lot of courage to look at ourselves and to be honest about who we are and how we're treating other people and what we believe. Do we believe what people tell us, or do we go by our own instincts and decide for ourselves what is true? So I think the first step is looking at ourselves. And once you start doing that, you'll notice a difference. I think the second step is telling the truth. So when somebody asks you something, you tell them the truth. You don't tell them what you think they want to hear. You just be honest and say what's true for you. Try that for a week and see if it makes a difference in your life. Third, think about what your emotions are telling you. Don't ignore your emotions or push them aside. Just let them inform your decisions. Not that you have to act on them necessarily, but listen to them and listen to your heart. Because sometimes our thoughts are based in protecting ourselves. Our ego is really good at that, of trying to protect ourselves and especially when we're hurt. So really listen to your heart and think about, what kind of person do I want to be? Is this the kind of person I want to be? And I know we're all struggling, some more than others, and in many different ways. We're all struggling to survive and to try and live in a world that's very aggressive and confusing. So start with looking at yourself and trying to be truthful and honest about what you are feeling, and then sharing that with another person. And that's really difficult, and it takes a lot of practice, but I know you can do it. So once you face yourself and you start to be more honest in general in your life, you'll notice that the truth outside of you, what you see in the world, becomes a little clearer. So it's difficult in today's world, isn't it? Because we see one thing happening and we're told many different things about it. And recently I've decided I'm letting a lot of other people decide for me. I listen to the news, I listen to commentators, and I tend to go with certain ones that I can relate to. But what is my heart telling me? What is my heart telling me about what kind of world we want? And I think that's really important, because we don't have to let other people decide for us what we want our life to be. We can come from our heart and come from love. And that's the basis of everything, is if we can approach other people with kindness, then you'll find it comes back to you. If we're yelling at people and angry at people all the time, that's what we're going to experience in our life. And it's hard for me to explain that to you, but I've noticed that change in my life. That the more I'm just kinder and honest with people, that's what I get back. And it really has made a difference in my life. I hope it can make a difference in your life. So start to think about truth and what truth is and how you can tell, and just be aware of it in your daily life. If you want to comment underneath the video, I would love to hear what you think about it. I hope you have a good, honest day. I love you all.